Hello everybody, welcome back to NxtGen Racing's PowerMax Megane Trophy. So we're around 9 today. This is coming live and direct from Suzuka. We're only running the East course today, so a very short lap as we just watch Chris Cross navigate that one. One of the interesting tidbits about today, of course, is that the top 4 in the championship, as it stands, are completely unable to qualify for this one. So they have to start the race from the back of the grid. They're not able to change that. So let me just get this live. Okay, that's that. Let's get some links sent out, and we'll go from there. I'm not keeping an eye on my dashboard at the minute, so just bear with me. If you drop a comment in, I will respond to you in just a second. I know there's a few of the racers like to get in here nice and early. Paste that. Okay. JPH, how are you doing, my friend? Burntfry, how are you, mate? Hope you had a good birthday last week and hopefully finish this race, mate. Can only hope. Geno, stinky. Bit rich coming from there. Right, okay. I have got your message, Jenna. I'm not leaving you on red. I'm just doing this at the minute, so I can't. I'm not very good at this multitasking like. Keyboards on. Race info on. Perfecto. Bobby, how you doing, mate? How are you doing? Yeah, 13 people watching, which is good. A very good time for me to turn around and ask if you aren't following me already. Please do so. There's a little like love heart icon on your screen somewhere. Give that a tap, you'll follow it. All that means doesn't really cost you, or it doesn't cost you anything. All it means is that you get notified when I go live. My streams will pop up on your activity feed. That's all it really means. But it means for me I get a bigger reach for stuff like this, and just helps me on my path. So if you would follow, that would be awesome. I did have a good birthday, thanks. Had a party over last weekend, but I'm here to finish this week. Good man. Well, you are going to be starting near the back, aren't you? Because you are unfortunate enough to be third in the championship. So, 1 second. So, let me just give you some championship standings. Swoggy, how are you doing? Rick to continue, thanks mate. How are you? You did well the other day, mate. It was good to watch you race. And Swoggy, I heard you can't race tonight, which is a shame. I mean, I'm going to mention your name in a second anyway, because we're going through the championship standings following round 8. So just tonight, and I believe one more race at Goodwood to finish us off. The top of the championship at the minute is Apex Predator with 149 points. Swoggy has a firm grip on second place with 120. Path 46, we're waiting on him joining tonight. He's got 84 points in third. We then have Burntfry, 83 points for Burntfry, so he's just one place behind Pav now. After his DNF last week, he holds 4th position and will be unable to qualify for tonight's race. Weiss holds 5th, he's on 74 points. Bruce Lee Harding unfortunately won't be taking part in the season, I believe now, because of issues with his ISP, internet provider. Feels weird not race driver coaching PG. But fair enough, Swoggy, not a problem, mate. I caught you in Tidgen's Fugu race the other day. Hunting me, your auto mod held your message. I've just released it. Oh mate, what am I doing? What am I doing? Yeah, so Bruce Lee Hardy won't be taking place. James Tyrewall in 7th, P. Gibbon 8th. Anthony Hunt, the big northern bearded man lover. He's in 9th with 59 points. JPH holds 10th. CMW Motorsport hasn't raced for a while. He holds 11th. Portugal Don, 12th for him. Jaino, 13th. And then the fly in the ointment that is Hirakan, we've just seen spinning off into the distance there. Undoubtedly a ridiculously fast driver. He holds 14th place, but don't forget he's only raced a couple of races, so he holds 45 points after those couple of races. Conrad Racing, 41 points in 15th. Chris Cross, 16th place for him. Frederick G, 17th for him. He's a late pull-out tonight, he can't make it. I believe he's got to work. And the Les, who's been an occasional filler, holds the last place, but he hasn't really been driving. It was a good race. Should try to do the next round, mate. I might do, but it's Sunday nights, isn't it? I commentate Sunday nights, don't I? So it's always difficult. I can't remember what it is. I know there's different splits. I might look at it because I've followed Tidge for a while. I'll have a peek at it, mate, and I'll let you know. But yeah, the Fugu's quite an interesting car. Yeah, so about to do qualifying. For those of you that are new to this, this is the NxtGen Racing Power Maxed Megane Trophy. This is Lobby 1, so these are the fastest drivers at round 9 from Suzuka. It's all sponsored by Power Maxed Racing. They've got behind this and have given it a bit more of a platform. Is it Saturday nights, is it? Right, fair enough. Cool beans. Okay, so tonight is from Suzuka circuit. An incredibly famous F1 circuit. This is the East Short course. This is a smaller one that most people haven't really associated with. Just 7 turns make up this 1.3 mile circuit. The lap record for this one is the official real life lap record is a 53.8, set in 2012 by touring car driver Alain Menu. Of course, that's going to get smashed to smithereens by these guys tonight. So quali is underway now. Suzuka, of course, most famous for a corner that we're not going to get to see tonight, which is the 130R. Unfortunately, that's not going to get beaten today. That's not going to get raced today, sorry. But this circuit, for those of you who don't know, is actually owned by Honda Motor Company, so it's a proper affair for the Japanese. It was an interesting choice, but a fun one. Cool. I'll keep watching it anyway, Swogs, and I might join myself in if it takes me. Right. Sorry, I've got a cup of tea going cold, and that to an Englishman is the worst thing ever. Right, so format for tonight, ladies and gentlemen, just so you know what to expect if you are new to this. So we're underway at the minute with a 10-minute qualifying session. So you might just be able to peek a note at the timer in the bottom left-hand corner, currently at 2 minutes. So drivers have 10 minutes to set the fastest lap they can possibly do, and that'll determine their place on the grid. The top 4 in the championship, so the guys that won't be able to actually qualify is going to be this guy who's doing donuts. We've got Pav somewhere as well on track, who can't set a time, and then we've got Apex Predator, who's not on track at the minute. He'll be starting right from the back of the grid. So the interesting thing for these is during a 20-minute race, can those guys make it through the field? These top 4 starting at the back races do also give an opportunity for a driver not in that top 4 to win the race. Bernfry has previously taken full advantage of that, you may remember, from Fuji. And we'll see who comes out on top on this. Suzuka East, famous, quite difficult to get past. You don't really have many clean overtaking opportunities. Down into turn 1's probably your best bet. Just come board James Tyrwell, as he's well and truly in the tow of Anthony Hunt. You can see you would have to go down a gargantuan dive into T1, maybe try and get the move done on the exit of T2, but there's not a big long one into the S's. Anthony Hunt just making a little bit of a mistake in front of James Tyrwell there, who has got the provisional pole lap of 48.9 for him so far. as he tries to get some slipstream from the Mastervolt 120 car up ahead of him. This last corner is sort of feels stitched together. It's basically just a bunch of cones. You can really cut this first apex and just try and hug the inside. There's no apex to grip onto, it's still quite slippy. And then you have to judge your throttle point. You want to get on the power as soon as possible to maximise your speed down the long straight. Hunty's just getting out of the way there. James Tyrwell retains P1. Crisscross at the minute is P2. Let me just pull the times up on the side. That makes my life easier. He's got a 49.0 at the minute. JPH99 in the PowerMax Racing liveried car. He is in third at the minute with a 49.0. Anthony Hunt, fourth place. Just set a 49.1. He's in the 120 Mastervolt car. Wace in the Tang Tools car. He's rocking the number 20 today, and he's put a 49.2 in, good enough for fifth so far for Wace. He'll be he's a man on the move for redemption, and will want to make amends for previous poor races that he's had. New driver tonight, Pajonski, is he took part in the Club 100 vs NxtGen Racing lobby that we had not so long ago. Don't really know anything about him other than that, other than his set of 49.2, and that puts him just 4 tenths off the lead at the minute into 7th. He takes control of the number 53 Fuchs car for tonight's race. Pav 46 is in the pits and can't qualify. He's in the 46 fast car. He's just sat there having some chips. Bertfry also unable to qualify, but just getting some track time in nonetheless. He'll be starting near the back of the grid. P Gibb may be one to watch tonight. He may be able to do something with the top 4 being out of contention. He is up there and he has got the pace. He's yet to set an impressive time though in the steel seal head gaskets car. Who else have we got out on track? Not too many people. We've got Jaino out in the Adrian Flux car. He's just set a time good enough for second and is currently going purple. So we'll just keep an eye on Jaino. Of course, we've only got through sector 1. Sector 2 is where a lot of the time in these Meganes can be lost because it's all corners. Sector 2 is all that mid-lessers, and indeed he's lost a ton of time in sector 2. But he has really creeps up to the back of James Tyrwell's time. Yep, he doesn't manage to improve. Anthony Hunt though is someone who has improved. He's put a 48.9 on the board, so he's up to third now. He's going to try and set a fast one. Wace is trying to get past as well. Hunty doesn't want to give him the slip and backs out of it. Let's give a check on P Gibb. Jaino's gone purple again. P Gibb's gone personal best sectors though, so just is coming towards the end of his lap. We'll keep an eye on this, see what it is. P Gibb improves, 49.3 for him, so that puts him in 6th place to start the race. Jaino did go purple. He's coming towards the end of his lap now as well. Very short laps here, so it'll be quite hard. The first couple of laps will be absolute mayhem, I promise you. We'll kind of settle off. And then we should have an interesting conclusion to the race. 49.0 then for that lap, so that's not an improvement for Jaino. James Tyrwell's not improved on his earlier time either. Just take a peek at the live timing. Nothing astounding is happening so far. No one's setting the timing boards alight. Couple of minutes to go. As James Tyrwell does go purple sector 1, but just picks up a little bit of a track cut penalty. And unfortunately that's going to slow him down. He's probably going to want to get that served this lap so he can crack on with a clean lap next time around. What's Jeno sending me now? It works. Great stuff. Great stuff. So Tyrwell doesn't manage to improve on that one. So that's not great for him. Anthony Hunt has improved though. We've missed every single good lap that Anthony Hunt's had to do today. He's put a 48.8 in there, so he's got into the 48s as well. So that's a good lap by Hunty. Second on the grid for him so far. So again, a great opportunity for Hunty today. He just needs to keep his composure in the early part of the race when the pressure's really on.
Nice pick. Oh, you've screenshot it. Why have I done that? Why did I do that? Jano there just looks to have really hammered on the track limits. Let's see if the game punishes him for that. It doesn't look like it's going to do it. Unfortunately, he comes up just shy of his best lap. He's half a tenth off pole. It must be really frustrating for him. He knows he's got the pace in the car. He just can't unlock it. Very close between the top three at the minute, just hundredths of a second separating all of them. As we just watch and see, let's see if anyone's smashing it. James Tyrwell's about to come through sector 1, now he's down. Anthony Hunt following him. Anthony Hunt is down as well. Jano's a bit further on his lap. He is purple, so Jano at the minute is 100th of a second faster than he's gone before. If he gets the last turn right, this is going to be a good lap for him. 48.8 for him to beat personally. Jano doesn't manage to improve, loses a ton of time in that last sector. So unfortunately for him, well, I say unfortunately, he's still third on the grid. As he goes purple sector 1, it's where you lose it all in this last sector. Qualifying is about to come to a close, ladies and gentlemen. I've just clocked we are at 9 minutes 50 seconds. Any minute now, JPH, who is currently rocking at 5th place, will call halt to proceedings. They're all doing really well in sector 1. Let's see who was going. Jano was just about to cross the line. He was up. He goes pole. Jano, so that's a 48.826. Can James Tyrwell do anything about that? No, he's just started a fresh lap. Can Anthony Hunt do anything about that? No, he's on the grass. He was setting a good time as well, Anthony Hunt. I don't think he's going to get a chance to do another lap now. So current order of standings, Jano, our current pole sitter with a 48.826. 200ths of a second behind him is James Tyrwell in the Amshire number 64 car. Anthony Hunt representing Mastervolt, third for him on the grid so far. On the second row of the grid with him is Chris Cross 2 on 2 with a 49.0. JPH 99, great qualifying for JPH as he just parked up at the side of the track there. 49.0 for JPH, so he's just 2 tenths off the pole time. Cliche, how are you doing, my friend? Thank you very much for coming on in. I'm good. I've got P Gib in 6th position on the grid. Things getting messed up. Wace 6th place for Wace at the minute, and then we've got everyone else who's just sort of lining up. So we'll get a full understanding of where everyone starts in just a moment. What cup he's drinking the tea tonight, Rick? My Tanza one. I'm not lying, it's in the wash. So I'm drinking me out of me the Daddy Saurus one my daughter bought me. But my Tanza one always gets used on a Sunday night, I promise you. Yeah, not bad, Cliche, not bad at all, mate. A very busy day. So I'm actually quite glad to be sat down and doing not a lot, but chatting. I like your other one better. Which one? It did, Hunter. Yeah, I saw you were purple, mate. I kept an eye on you. I was watching your lap because it was at the same time that you went purple. Jano and James Tyrwell went purple as well, so you were all on really good laps. Jano improved, as you saw. James Tyrwell picked up a little penalty and you just ran it wide at the end. So yeah, very close between the top 3 hundredths of a second between the top 3 finishers. Not typing what I said. Oh yeah, I know the one you mean. I know the one you mean. Yeah, if he types it on Edge, I know the chat bot will pick it up anyway, so don't worry about it. Yes, up by 2 tenths I saw, mate. But nevertheless, Hunty, a good opportunity to do something here. If you can, if you Jano, James Tyrwell, Chris Cross, yada yada can sort of escape, then you'll be fine. But I think in that early stage you guys just need to try and work together and not battle as much, because I guarantee you Apex Predator and that will be coming through the field fast. So we're just waiting on the grid being set. It has to be done manually in these races. JPH has to go into the race settings and do it all manually, just to make sure everyone is where they're meant to be. And then we'll get underway with the race. The race is only going to take us 20 minutes, so we're not going to keep you too long tonight. We'll be done and out of the way. Usually by approximately 8:45 there or thereabouts is about the time we tend to finish this sort of thing. Maybe run over a little bit on these races where we have to manually set things. Just to let you know while we're in the stream, if you like what you're seeing here, you like the commentary stuff, do tune in on Sunday nights for the Tanzo Cayman Cup. So tune in again for that. That will be live 9 o'clock Sunday night. Nice liveries. Yeah, they're all these liveries are all done. You'll sort of notice they all look the same in terms of where the lines go. The colours are all different because they're all corporate colours. But yeah, they're all designed by this man. Where is he? That guy. JPH99's designed them all. Watch you, Chris. Why? What are you doing? Wace wants, right. Apparently Wace, this better be good, man. This better be good, Wace. If this isn't good, I want a refund. You've joined the Tanzo thing. It's good. Wace, you're just making love to a barrier, mate. What are you doing? Mate, I don't understand what I'm going to be watching. What? Chaos has descended in the Megane Trophy, ladies and gents. There's pub 46 zips across the line as well. Ah, my tea's gone mildly cold, I can't drink that now. Yeah, they're really nice liveries. You'll notice all the different cars have different companies that sort of sponsor them, so to speak. So Anthony Hunt has Masterbolt, Chris Cross has Zerkatech, and these are other companies under the PowerMax brand get involved with this and give some support. So these are companies that I would encourage you all to go and give some love to. Okay, so a race is about to start then. One man to watch today, PD Apex Predator, championship leader and someone that will be wanting to get through that field quick time. And Hirakram, who is a FIA top split driver, has a ridiculous driver rating, and he will no doubt want to get himself up there as well. He's not in championship contention just purely on the basis that he's only joined late on, but he'll be eager to do it. So here's confirmation of your grid for Suzuka Circuit. Jaina with a superb qualifying takes pole. James Tyrwell lines up alongside him. Anthony Hunt will be hoping to do well in this one. Just 300ths per second separate the top three drivers in qualifying. Let's get underway, lights out and away we go. James Tyrwell sort of stalls on the line a little bit. That's kind of like Jaina up. Chris Cross got a really good run up past James Tyrwell, who almost got stuck on the line. Anthony Hunt's had a disastrous start as well. He's down into 7th. I saw JPH99 go off there as well. It seems like it might have been absolute chaos at the start of the grid. Wace has had a brilliant start. He's up to 4th already. Pajonski, the new guy, keeping off Apex Predator and Hirakram. It's going to be one tough task to get to keep those guys behind him, but Pajonski can earn a lot of brownie points with the guys ahead if he manages to keep these two drivers behind him. Apex Predator desperately trying to get past, and you can just see that as Hirakram goes for a lovely move down the inside there, and Pajonski unfortunately just has to give that one up. Let's go and have a look at what happened at the start. I think that's probably worth having a quick look at there. This is from Hunty's perspective. So if you look on the right, you'll see James Tyrwell. Yeah, him and Hunty both got a bad start. Hunty and JPH were very close. Oh, it was a little bit of a, yeah, that was just a crescendo of different events for JPH, and he just got caught on the outside of a couple of cars having contact, finds himself right at the back of the grid. JPH, sorry, Jaino A lot of J's in this one. First place for Jano at the minute. 1.7 seconds the gap to P-Gib. P-Gib, who's holding off a ferocious Wace at the minute, and James Tyrwell looking to redeem after that poor start. A little bit of a gap then back to Crisscross, Apex Predator and Heracram. Anthony Hunt didn't put up too much of a fight. Podolski's dropped right back to 10th. Big battle going on here for 8th place as Pav 46 on the outside just almost gets shuffled onto the outside there. I think Pav then had to avoid Anthony Hunt. There's no grip on that green stuff. That's going to put Pav all the way down to 11th. Burnt Fries slowing, rejoining. It's all kicking off at the back. Just look back from Burnt Fries card. Podolski's found himself off the track as well. We're going to replay mark of that and go and have a look at what happened. But for the minute, Pav 46 finds himself. Let's sort my cameras out. So let's jump on board with Podolski and just see what happens there. So he just got caught by Burnt Fry rejoining the track. No major issue at that point though. A little bit of a nudge with Anthony Hunt. He then got, he just then seemed to get a shove in the side. Podolski, unfortunately, then lines himself up right at the back of the grid. Wace, though, has got himself up to 2nd place. I do apologise, Wace, we appear to have missed that. I'm missing all the action tonight. Absolute chaotic first few laps here at Suzuka. Kind of always the way, bit of a check-in on the championship leader Apex Predator. We'll just come on board with him as he tries to get his way up the grid. He's into 5th at the minute. Don't forget he started right at the back of this just 4 laps ago. And he's now trying to make moves on Crisscross. The current fastest lap holder is that man, Mr. Heracram. As the drivers go out, I just wanted to see how much Apex Predator caught up to the back of the menu. Really reels in the guys on the braking. So Apex Predator at the minute is looking like he's going to be able to get up there. Let's just jump on board with Heracram. As you can see, 2nd to 6th, Anthony Hunt unfortunately left the room. Don't know whether that's a disconnect or what. I know he lives up in Hull and they haven't quite invented internet up there yet, so he might have had a disconnect. Apex Predator makes his way past Crisscross. So Heracram's going to make his way past down into T1 as well. 3 wide in T1. Yeah, we saw it. I had no idea, Hunty. Absolutely no idea, mate. All I can say, any incidents, anything like that, all I would suggest is clip it and get it sent into JPH so that he can review. And if it doesn't get reviewed, nothing changes. That's all I can say. So the problem now is Jano's starting to pull a little bit of a gap to Wace. Don't get me wrong, Wace is hanging on in there, but Apex Predator and Heracram are catching these guys a lot earlier than any of us anticipated them to do so. What else is going on? Burnt Fries picked himself up a little bit of a penalty. He's had a busy few laps as Burnt Fries. He looks to get his way up the grid. Then the last few guys sort of all spread out. We've got Pav 46 in 9th, JPH in 10th, and Podolski finds himself in 11th place at the start. We have lost a driver, with that being Anthony Hunt, who's unfortunately not taking any further part in this race. Battles to watch now, I guess, are the top 5 or 6 to see who comes out victorious in that one. I just watch Apex Predator to try and get his way past James Tyrwell. James Tyrwell just gets the back end a little bit lively around the last corner. The camera does switch on you all over the place here. James Tyrwell taking that defensive inside line. Heracom's looking to take advantage of that as well. He's well and truly tucked into the slipstream. Apex Predator just about on the outside. Does he hang on? No, James Tyrwell's had that one brilliantly. Apex Predator's still got a nose in though. And James Tyrwell at the minute is really making a case for being on Jano's Christmas card list. He is proving a cork in a bottle at the minute. Defending brilliantly to the cars behind. He's really placing his Megane in the right places at the right time so far. course, Apex Predator's just going to go down the inside here. This is his strong point here. This is what he did last lap. Unfortunately, Apex Predator looks to have got that move made. Hurricane's going to tuck himself well and truly in the slipstream and hope to get down the inside of the number 64 Amsha car. What happened to Hunty? He's up in chat. There was an incident, Swargy, mate. So unfortunately, James Tyrwell, commentator's curse. I do apologise, mate. He was defending third brilliantly for a while, but Crisscross, Apex Predator, and Hiraquam, who's now in third, by the way, found their way up and past. Hiraquam now chasing down the leaders. He's 4.2 seconds behind Jano. Currently the fastest man on track, holding a 48.8. He's got 2 seconds to Wace up ahead. Once you hit about a 1.5 gap, you do start to pick up a little bit of slipstream from the car ahead. Slipstream is where the aero effect from the car ahead effectively punches a hole in the air for you and you don't have as much air resistance, unless you go a little bit faster. So Wace and Jano keeping about the same gap between each other. These two very comparable on pace. Wace has actually pulled a couple of attempts on Hiraquam during sector 2. So as we look back towards Apex Predator in 4th, Apex Predator's pretty much got the championship sealed up now, just given his consistently good results in the championship despite his pedals snapping on him a couple of weeks ago. He's still rocking it in there. James Towell hanging on in there with this lot. Got a small gap then to P Gibb in 7th. Bernfry still struggling to get past him. Pav 46 trying to recover this race. He's having a nice little race with JPH for 9th at the minute. We just jump on board the Powermax car. Pav doesn't normally practice for these races. He just jumps in and does it. Bajonski unfortunately finds himself spinning around and around, and the number 53 Fuchs car finds itself in the wall. He's carrying on though as we near the halfway point of this race, so all credit to him for that. But credit at the minute is going to Jano, who has led this race from the start. He's held out for 10 minutes. Oh, as we just see him dip a wheel on the grass. It's going to let a few cars up. Jano very patient, getting back on track as well. He's very careful to stay out of the way. We are of course going to pop back and have a quick look at that in just a moment from the driver's eye. But Jano from 1st to 8th, I really need to stop talking, because whenever I say someone's doing well they immediately cock up. They'll be dancing in the streets at Tank Tools though, because that promotes Wace into the 1st place position. He however is being chased down by a fast and furious Hiraquam, and Apex Predator following not too far behind. But the Tank Tools team, we're very excited about this promotion. The guys over at Joyce Design though will be gripping the edges of their seats as they watch their driver edge ever closer towards that 1st place position. Apex Predator meanwhile is keeping in touch with Hiraquam, but he's having to worry about Crisscross probably a lot more than he'd like to at this stage. Bernfry 6th place for Bernfry so far. Let's just go on board with Jano and just see if we can capture what happened in that little spin. So this is the exit of turn 2. So then you start a series of S's, a left, a right, a left, and then a right again. Coming out of this right-hander, just catches a wheel on the grass, and yeah, that gravel trap's enough to significantly slow you down. But credit to Jano for waiting up and not just slamming it back on track, as it would have been very easy to do just that. Visible gap then behind the Tank Tools car, as Hiraquam is closing in. Just a second behind him now. Hiraquam will be getting some aero benefit of the back of Wace's car. Wace will potentially look to break the toe on the slipstream, so you might see him weave to the inside and then the outside again. The effect of that is to break that hole in the air is making for Huracan and just reduce the effect it's giving him. There you see it happening again on board Huracan as he's near 6 tenths behind Waste now. You see Waste run it just a little bit deep into T2. He manages to still hold it on the apex and get a decent drive out the corner. But Huracan at the minute is just appearing to drive up to the back of him. This is no discredit to Waste at all. Huracan is a top tier driver. And he's even leaving someone like Apex Predator for dust as well. So you see Waste dip into the inside there just to try and not give Huracan any slip. Huracan's going to have to do this the hard way if he wants to get past here. Decides against it, backs out of the move, rather sensibly goes for the optimum line out of the corner instead, and again really drives up to the back of that Megane. Going through the S's. The S's, you can't really make a move here unless the car in front makes a mistake. The track's wide enough, but there's only really one line through it. Huracan's next opportunity is coming up. We are just about to approach a right hand turn, which is the final corner. Very easy for cars to run wider into the natural camber of the corner, and if you're clever about it you can dip a wheel inside and just get that extra traction. Now Waste at the minute holding out really well, even approaching back markers now. As Huracan again is going to have to do this the hard way. Waste forces him to the outside. Huracan got a great drive out of that last corner and he's going to try and hold this one on the outside. 2 by 2 they go. Waste defends marvellously on the inside. Huracan's going to have to work hard if he wants this place. I'll just grab my water. It's like a big gob full of water and I want to miss the action. Just give me a second. So 6 minutes in this one remaining. When we do a lap in 49 seconds or so. Oh, as we just see Huracan lose it there. Oh my days, you see that was the tiniest touch and he just finds himself right on the racing line. He can't get out of the way. He did the right thing there by just sticking to his line and letting the other cars go around him, but that has given Waste a bit of breathing space. He's now got Apex Predator chasing him down. It's an almost relentless stream of cars trying to get this top spot. Waste has got to hold out for just 5 more minutes. It doesn't sound like a long time at all, but when you're racing this calibre of driver, it feels like an absolute eternity. I feel we have just about enough time to break away from that. Let's get a cinematic view of Huracan ditching it. We won't see this driver make too many mistakes. You'll see he just runs it just a little bit too wide coming out the final corner. Watch for that back wheel touching the grass. There you go, and it sends the car around. That back wheel at that point is fully laden. It has all the weight and pressure of the car on it. Unless it has full grip, it will slip and let go. A very, very easy mistake to make. We've seen some guys do that sort of mistake already. So the top 3 then well and truly breaking away. Your top 3 at the minute is Waste, Apex Predator and Crisscross. Burntfry has worked his way up to 4th. We've not really covered that ascent that closely, I'm afraid. Burntfry, I do apologise mate, but he's within touching distance of a podium position. This will do his championship hopes the world of good, and you'll be able to see Burntfry in Sunday night's league as well. If his comments are anything to go by, we'll be joining in with the Tanzo guys and their Cayman Cup championship. Come back to the lead. Come back to the start then. You've got Waste, Apex and Crisscross. Apex is gaining on him just ever so slightly, but it is mere hundredths of a second a lap he is doing, so Waste is holding out really well so far. Apex Predator is carrying a little bit of a penalty. He's going to need to burn that off at some point, so that will of course bear on his mind. He may try and do that naturally through the corners, which I understand is allowed, but not very easy to burn penalties off naturally at Suzuka. You are full throttle a surprising amount of the lap. James Tyrwell starting 3rd, runs in 5th at the minute, and a bit of a gap to Burntfry up ahead. So not a bad race for him so far, but he will have hoped for better today. Oh, we've got Apex Predator in the wall now. I think Wace has cast a spell. Let's go and have a look at what's happened here to Apex Predator. Let's just see what happened to him. Oh no, it was an adjoining driver. Yeah, that was an adjoining driver. That. So if we watch, as Pajonsky just rejoins on the racing line, and Apex Predator, at that point it's too late to get out of the way for Apex Predator. There's nothing he can do about it. You are a passenger at that point. I understand Jaino also got caught up in that as well, and he's back down to 9th place behind JPH, and that's very, very unfortunate. Wace, of course, will wonder what he did to deserve such luck. The last two drivers that have tried to chase him down have got within a horse's hair of him and have had accidents. Of course, that one for Apex Predator will no doubt be looked at by the stewards. These things do happen. Let's not sit here casting aspersions on drivers and what they do. But that was right on the apex, that one. So it's now all down to Chris Cross. He will probably be fearful of getting too close to Wace for fear of the voodoo magic getting him. So there's 2 minutes to go in this one, probably 3 laps or so more. Bentfire now by default finds himself in a podium position, so he'll be absolutely ecstatic with this so far. Chasing him down and hoping to change that is James Tyrwell. Him and P. Gibb are looking to make amends for this one. So Bentfire and Chris Cross very close, as you can see. Hirakram, after his incident, 6th place for him at the minute. We've got Apex Predator, who we're absolutely seething in that cockpit, but he's getting on with it, so credit to him for doing just that. JPH defending to Gino, so a little bit of a battle breaking out for 8th here, as we look at the back, from the back of JPH's Palmax racing car. I see Pav and Jano. Jano just goes off the track again. That's going to force Pav to have to go the long way. Pav has to back out of it. Yeah, nothing really doing between these guys so far. Bertfire's got himself up to 2nd place. Let's see if we caught how he did that. I'm not sure the cameras will. Oh, the cameras may catch it. Let's have a look. So it looks like it's just down the main straight. Bertfire running in 3rd, gets a really good slipstream from the back of Chris Cross 212's car. And I think he's just going to throw one down the inside. He is, and gets that move made down into turn 1. A nice overtake there by Bertfire to put him 2nd on the grid so far. He can try and catch Wace, but in the time remaining it's going to be a bit of a mission. Wace is 2.5 seconds up the road. Anything else happening on track? Not massively, no. JPH is still winning in this battle for 8th, and it looks like we've only got 10 drivers now. Final lap then, so JPH did finish in 8th with Jano in 9th and Pav 46 in 10th. Let's see. The closest battle is between P. Gibb and James Tyrwell, so we'll keep an eye on it. But just to give him some credit for a job well done, potentially for some voodoo magic along the way, Mr. Wace brings home his solid result, a win at Suzuka East for Wace in the number 20 Tank Tools livery car. Chris Cross 2-on-2 brings home 2nd after getting back past Bertfire. James Tyrwell then finishes in 4th, P. Gibb in 5th, Hirakram finishes in 6th, and Apex Predator finishes in 7th place. Just going to roll it across the line as slow as he possibly can. I don't know why. So that's your final standings there, ladies and gents. Oh my, that's bright. So first win for Wace, took himself 6 places up the grid as well on his ascent to the top. Had to do by penalty. Oh, fair enough, Bertfire. That makes sense, mate. I didn't know if you'd burnt it off or not. That might be why Apex Predator. Ah, right, Pajonski tried to quit before you guys came out. So that's what'll have happened. So with Pajonski, when you go into the start menu while you're driving, the auto driver kicks in, and that will just slam you back on the racing line. It should have kept him ghosted though. So I don't know why. I mean, he looked ghosted on my screen. That's why. Yeah, he looked ghosted. So God knows. Game properly done me in after getting popped wide at turn 1, went to rejoin after turn 2 and it reset me back to, oh my god. Yep, looked like a good race with Pav and Gino at the back. I say at the back, it was for 8th. Yeah, 3 wide into T1 though. That was never going to end well, was it? That was never going to end well. Well done all, yes indeed, indeed. It was a good race. Here I can bend it like a plank. Mate, even aliens aren't immune, mate, I'm afraid. Happens to us all. Right, let me get this replay saved, one sec. I need to do a thumbnail for this eventual upload to YouTube. So if you're not following and you're watching this stream, please give me a cheeky little follow on Twitch. I'm trying to reach my goal of 50 followers. I'm currently at 34. So any help with that would be immensely helpful. The big what if hovering over this race, I guess, is would Apex Predator have caught and overtook Wace? Truth be told, I don't know. Wace had some really good pace through it. Yeah, it was just tough. It was just tough. Classic P-Gib turn 2 bottle job on that. Oh, do I have to go back and have a look? It's easy to bottle it though, isn't it? Easy to bottle it at Suzuki. The thing is, because it's, especially that last corner, you're fully loading the left side of your car, so if you even go near the edge of the track, boom, off you go. Thank you for coming. Oh, mate, more than welcome. Martin, I'm running this based off pure memory. I understand it is Goodwood next week for the grand finale. Correct me if I'm wrong in the chat, but I believe that's what it is. Pajonski. Yeah, wait. I think he was trying to do the right thing. I'm not here to say anything about it really, but I do genuinely think he was trying to just get out of the way. On my screen, he was ghosted, so the collision shouldn't have happened. I don't even know how I finished third. I was just minding my own business. Pace burnt 5. That's what it is. Pace, mate. You're an old man now, so yeah, I got to P2 and got giddy. Sorry, mate. You sound like me. He came back on track. Wait, I think what was happening, mate. Like I say, he was off track. He saw the guys coming around. He went to quit. As soon as you press start, mate, unless you sat there with the handbrake on, as soon as you press start, the game will just put you back on track again. Yeah, it shouldn't have happened, but it did, and I don't think he did it intentionally remotely. It was an accident. The issue is it's obviously going to have ramifications in the championship for some people, so we'll see. Swog, you need to change the setting to Ghost Lap Cars. Had both Swog as driver coach. Did he tell you to bottle it lap 2 then, Gib? Thought it was lapping into day Ghost. He was ghosted. On my screen he was ghosted. Obviously he wasn't, because Apex hit him. Apex Predator would have just been able to drive through a ghosted car. He must have just unghosted right at the wrong time. But yeah, isn't ghosting off. No, I gave him abuse instead. Well, that's proper driver coaching, mate. It's proper driver coaching. Ghost Lap Cars is off. So no, they don't ghost. I'm just going to give Wace a congratulations in the chat. Whether or not Apex would have got by him, he defended fantastically to Heracom. and no doubt he would have kept up the same defence to Apex as well. So Weiss fully deserved the win, in my opinion. Well, he did help me though. You're right. You owe him a pint, Weiss. You owe him a Swift one. Oh, right. I estimated this would be closing down at about 9:15. It's 9:45-ish, and I'm going to close it down. So, thank you very much for tuning on in. As far as I understand, in fact, I'll have a quick look on my thingamabobby-majig. 1 second, I've got it somewhere in my myriad of stuff that's on my phone. I'll tell you what's coming up next. I believe it's the final race next week. So. Where do we go to? Facebook. There we go. Yeah, so Suzuki says that next week then your final race comes from Goodwood. That's our last race. Burnt Fry's favourite track. Goodwood is, like, I see it as the Willow Springs of England, but it's surprisingly it's a good track for racing, so join in for that one. So get yourselves in next Thursday at 8 o'clock for the final. We will have news soon on the Next Gen Racing race winners as well. As always, that will be streamed live. That is basically the contest between all the winners of the different series that Next Gen Racing hosted this season. So the drivers are not only competing for this championship, they are also competing for a place in that league. So of course you'll want to tune in for that one. It's always a brilliant event. So keep an eye on the socials for that. And next time I'll be live, just trying to think what day it is. Next time I'll be live Sunday night with the Tanzo guys. So get a follow in, you'll get a notification when I go live, and you can come and tune in, chat, chill, and watch a little bit of racing on Sunday night as well. Okay, thank you for tuning in, ladies and gents. Appreciate the support and you all getting involved in the chat as always, and I'll catch you all next time. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.